So I've been thinking about my dad just now and how he raised me by himself, and I'm thinking about his age when he raised me, and he was 54 years old when he had me, and he raised me by himself, and he was poor as well. And I don't understand how he managed to do it. I think about it now. And I made a video documentary years ago now called ManWomanMyth, and I put that on YouTube. And that documentary took a lot of effort, has a lot of film clips in it, and it's very high quality filming, I would say. And I spent a lot of time and effort to make that documentary. And I've been thinking just now, well, recently as well, I've been thinking, why did I make that documentary? The documentary addressed the treatment of men in society, and I saw some issues with the way men are treated in society, some negative issues, how men are treated badly in many ways in society, particularly in relation to women in marriages that break up, etc. And I've been wondering why I spent so much time and effort to make that documentary. It's a big, long documentary, and it took a phenomenal amount of time and effort. And I've been wondering why I did it, and I'm realizing now, I think there's an explanation for why I made that documentary. Why was it important to me to make a documentary which focused on the treatment of men in society, which I saw as unfair, and men were not treated well in society in many ways, especially as concerned relationships with women. So I have been wondering what made me make that documentary. Why did I spend so much time and effort to make those films? And what I'm thinking now, suddenly, is that there might be an explanation for why I made those films. And I'm thinking now that the reason I made Man, Woman, Myth was because of my dad. And my dad raised me by himself from age 54, which was absolutely phenomenal. How did he manage to do it? I still can't explain it now. How he raised me brilliantly. I'm so sad that he's dead now. I can't thank him properly and let him know how grateful I am for his treatment of me. But I've only realised now, long after he died. So I'm thinking the reason I made that documentary was because of my dad. Because my dad raised me by himself from age 54 and he was poor. I don't know how he did it, to be honest. It's just incredible what he did for me. And I'm so grateful for what he did to raise me. I wish so much I could thank him personally. he did such a brilliant job to raise me. And I'm thinking that it was my dad that made me make the documentary. It's because my dad raised me by himself that this was why I valued the abilities of men, and I wanted men to be appreciated for what they were good at. I think it was my dad which made me make those films. It inspired me to make Man Woman Myth. It was my dad which made me make those films. I'm glad to have realised this, and so maybe the Man Woman Myth documentary reflects my dad. Maybe it was all about my dad, basically. This is an incredible realization. I'm so glad to have realized this. I wish I could have thanked my dad personally, but I just didn't realize what he did for me. It's an amazing work that he did to raise me. Absolutely fantastic. I'm glad that I've made this connection in my mind. I understand why I made Man-Woman-Myth now. It's really great to have this realization. My dad was a truly great man, and I wish I could have told him directly how much I appreciate him.